Hey cupcakes, welcome to or back to my channel. It's been a minute, y'all. September was crazy busy. October is just as busy. I did not reach, like every month I've basically been reading around 10 books. I read half of that in September. And I will say, a majority of the books that I read, y'all know I've been trying to get through my physical TBR. Didn't happen, honey. Like, I mostly read on my Kindle. It's just been so convenient. I really wanted to read mostly like thrillers, dark romances, and all of that for spooky season. And it has been a blast, y'all. I'm even still reading one. So, like, little sneak peek. I'm reading Freida McFadden's The Boyfriend. Loving it so far. So, like, this has been all about reading, just like fun reads, spooky reads, a little bit of smut here and there, but just all in all, just enjoyable reads that are quick for me. Like I said, I've been busy with cheer, with work. I'm expecting. So, like, it's just been so much going on, and I haven't been able to update y'all. So let's go ahead and talk about the books that I have read in September. Let's talk about a few things first. One, I sound like crap. I'm sick as a dog. I'm at the doctor's office. Not for being sick, but just a checkup for the baby. But while I'm sitting here, I'm like behind the hospital, and they just rolled like a dead body out, which is crazy. But then, like, right after they rolled the dead body out, there was like kids with like it pulled away, but then there was like kids with their book bags on, excitedly running into the hospital through the back. And I'm like, what if they would have seen the dead body? Like, my mind is just blown. I don't even know what to say. Like, the fact that it happened so quickly like that, I'm like, what if those children would have seen that dead body? What would y'all gonna say? Like, at first they had the white sheet over it, and then they put a blue sheet over it, and like put in like the hearse. I don't know. Like, I obviously the dead bodies don't stay in the hospital, but that was just a little wild to see at 3:00 in the afternoon. So, y'all, I needed something to drink, because as you can hear, like, my voice is crazy. And I have like an hour before my appointment. But, like, look at this fancy, like, Arizona. I've never seen this flavor before. And it's called Tropical Chillsicle or something. I don't know. But I just had to try it because I love Arizona. So I wanted to see what it was all about. So let's give it a little swig. It's not bad. It does taste just like a popsicle. I don't know. It don't beat like the kiwi, the strawberry kiwi, watermelon, mango. It don't beat that, but it's not bad. It'll do for now. Like I said, I read 5 books in September, and they all, I felt like, took me on a wild ride. I started off, well, let me tell you something. I've been binging like Octavia Grant. Oh my gosh. She has got to be one of my new favorite authors. And she has like a decent backlist of like short novellas that are like very, I don't even know how you explain it, like urban romance / thrillers, because they could be gory. They have like a thrill factor. They keep you on your toes. You have no idea what's going on. They usually have a twist at the end, and I've been loving them. Typically, they are shorter than 100 pages. So, like, literally, I've just been flying through them. And they're mostly all on Kindle Unlimited. So that's what really has been helpful. Just because when I'm laying in bed, you know, it's just so easy for me to pick up my Kindle, not have to worry about lights or anything, and just read. There's nights where I just can't sleep, so I'll just read in bed, you know, whatever. So I read Black Husband, White Wife, I think it's called. I'll put it on the screen. And that book, it was about this guy And mind you, she's like a 5-star author for me, because I feel like I've never rated one of her books like less than 5 stars. They're all just real quick, real good, like, but check your trigger warnings and just know that there's going to be some sex involved. But this one was about this guy, I think his name was like Sydney or something, and he is married to a black woman. However, he only married her as like a bet of, oh, I could get her whatever. Typically, Sydney loves white women. That is his preference. And he lets it be known, and he believes all the stereotypes, all the different things. And so you kind of see his transition from his marriage to a black woman to a white woman, and it's nothing like what he thought it would be. And that's all I'm going to say. Again, very short, very quick read. It is crazy, like a wild ride. And I swear, every time I finish one of her books, I want to read another one. Next up, we have a 4-star read. And let me tell you, although I only read 4 or 5 books, all of them were 4 or 5 stars. So I was so nervous all month long, because I was like, I am on like this like 4 or 5 star like hype train. How do I keep it going? So I pulled out next No Exit by Taylor Adams. And what made me read this was because I'm trying to watch and read like book adaptations. So I've read a few. If you would like me to do a video on that, let me know, because books to adaptations, like, that's a whole different topic. Like, I could do a whole video on the 3 that I've seen. I haven't watched No Exit yet, but if you have, comment down below and let me know if you like the movie on Hulu or the book better, because sometimes these adaptations be missing. I feel like the adaptation would probably be better for this book, but I'm getting ahead of myself. When it comes to Taylor Adams, I don't really know. We're like 50-50 on enjoyable or not. But this book was about this girl, I think her name was Darby, and she's just this college student who is traveling through a blizzard to try to see her dying mother, who is currently in the hospital. And she gets trapped in this blizzard. It's like during like Christmas. Darby's trying to get to her sister and her ill mother, and I believe they're in New York. She's trying to travel her way up. There's no way she's gonna get there, so she stops at a rest stop. She's like, her phone is dying, all these different things. She left her charger at home. Darby is just not prepared, honey. Once she gets to this rest stop, there's like a plethora of like 4 or 5 other people that are at this rest stop with her. And obviously, they're all trapped there, so they're trying to spend time like getting to know each other. They're playing games, all these different things. And then it turns wild. I don't even know how to explain or express all the different things that were going on. Just know, check your trigger warnings. For all of these books, check your trigger warnings. But this one, there's like a kidnapping and just all these different things. And I rated it 4 stars just because, like, although it wasn't thrilling, I would say it was very action-packed. I could definitely see how they could turn this into an adaptation. I definitely feel like I said, it would be a better movie than a book. For me, the book was kind of like all over the place. I think that it had good potential and it was a pretty good book, but it just wasn't one of those thrillers that I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm recommending this to everybody. If you've read it, let me know what you thought. The ending, I was like, okay. But I don't know. It was definitely, I think, one of my least favorite books of the month. I don't know. It just, Taylor Adams, I don't know if they're for me. I don't know. If you let me know what your favorite Taylor Adams is. And this was a book that I did have on hardcover, but it was like the small freaking like version off of Amazon. So I did read it on Kindle Unlimited because I could not read that small little version. So it did help me get a book off my CBR, and it was enjoyable. It definitely wasn't my favorite thriller of this month though. Next up, I did like a little buddy read with my friends, and this book I swore I bought, and maybe I didn't buy it because I knew it was on KU, but this is a book that I have had on my TBR for a while, and it's Pimp Pal by J.T. Geisinger. And Wild Ride doesn't even explain it. This is a paranormal dark thriller romance. It's literally every genre that you could think of, but I did not know what to expect. I really didn't look into this book before I started reading it, and I definitely think it's a book that you need to go in blind. I don't even know what to say about it. I don't want to say too much because it is twisted turns. You don't know what's going on. You're trying to figure it out, and then the end is like mind-blowing. So this book is about a widow who recently lost her husband, and then all of a sudden she's getting mail from this guy in jail, and she's lonely. She doesn't really have anybody to talk to since her husband passed away, so she like entertains it like a little bit. Like, although she's like creeped out by it, she doesn't understand how he got her address, she starts responding. And that's kind of all I'm going to tell you, because if you haven't read it, wild isn't even the word. Like, this is another one that I could see being picked up, but I just don't know how they would like play it out, because when you're reading it, your mind isn't even thinking about the track that the author actually went in. So like, if you've read it, let me know what you thought. I loved it. Definitely check the trigger warnings. It is smutty. It is hot. It's chilling. It's creepy. It's weird. All these different things. It's definitely a book that's perfect for spooky season. If you're still looking for a little bit of spice, but also like some creep factors, some paranormal activities, all type of things. I gave it 5 stars. Some people either love it or hate it, but y'all are going to have to let me know what you think about it if you've read it. Last but not least, I read Butcher and Blackbird. And I definitely feel like this book has been on my TBR forever, but it just never felt like the right time. But spooky season is definitely a time to get all like the dark romance, dark thrillers, and all that out of the way. And this was one that I definitely enjoyed. I definitely think that it wasn't as gory and dark as people made it out to be. Trigger warnings by themselves are definitely, to me, while you should check them out to make sure they're even in anything that you're interested in, I definitely think they sound worse than what they were portrayed in the book. The book is comical. It is romantic. It is funny. There are dark elements, but if that is what's straying you away from reading the book, I would definitely still read it. If you enjoy serial killers, true crime like me, I would definitely check it out. I think that people stray away from this book by reading about it, reading the trigger words. They're like, oh my gosh, the title, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about that. I promise y'all, I've read some dark ass books. It's fine. So I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. If you don't know, Butcher and Blackbird is about 2 serial killers, but they kill bad people. And they kind of have like this contest going on where they are trying to see who could kill the killer the fastest. And then it becomes like a romance element, all these different things. And overall, it's just a fun, spooky, dark romance book that I think a lot of people could dabble in if they've never maybe like tried dark romance before, or if they've never dabbled in like gory books or just romance that's a little bit heavier. I think that this is a good like introduction to that because when you base it off of other dark romances, like it just doesn't really compare to me. I don't know, maybe I have a messed up mind, but if you felt like the trigger warnings were probably a little too heavy for you, I would definitely just try it out anyway. You never know. It might, open up a new door for you, and you might enjoy the dark romance that you thought you wouldn't like. For all the books I read in September, definitely understand that October is probably going to be filled with more than just 5 books, but probably going to be mostly on Kindle. I actually thought that I bought this book, and I didn't, so that's why I read this on there. But again, I've been reading a lot of Octavia Grant. staying in bed reading, and I'm still thoroughly enjoying thrillers, dark romances, all of that. So none of that has changed. I don't know. I feel like I want to read a good romance, but if I've got a good thing going, like, I just don't see why I should like change up what I've got going on. So for right now, we are in our dark thriller, dark romance, just anything vibe that is like spooky season. If you read any books in spooky season, or you feel like it's perfect for fall or whatever, let me know down in the comments below. What have you been reading? I need all the recs. Okay, I'm enjoying all of the fall vibes. Like, it started to get dark faster, it started to get cooler. I'm here for it. So let me know how your reading has been going and what your plans are for fall, what your TBR is for fall, and I can't wait to check in with y'all again. So have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye.